Hey guys, welcome back to a new video on Become Better. This is my YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Anyway, today we're going to talk about the topic loneliness. If you're watching this video and you feel lonely right now, please know that you're not alone. I want to start this video saying you're not alone, because a lot of people actually do feel really lonely. Especially in like today's day and age with like all social media and like networking and things like that, people can feel lonely, and it is a real thing, and it should be like taken more seriously. Like some people have like family members and friends to talk to. If you do feel lonely, like please reach out to someone, if that's like a close family member or friend member. Or like even watching like videos like this can like sort of help you like process your emotions. And sometimes when you like hear someone talking about a specific topic, it makes you realise a bit more about the situation, a bit more about like the topic, and it makes you realise that like I'm not alone and other people do struggle with this. Like with me, I do struggle with loneliness. It's a thing that like I've struggled with, now and again. Every now and again it pops up slowly. Sometimes like you go through a specific thing and it makes you feel like lonely, and it makes you feel like, oh, I'm the only one who's actually going through this, when in all our reality everyone is on the same boat, everyone is sort of doing the same thing. And it's not as deep as, well, it is deep, but it's more common than you realise, like loneliness, it is a big topic, and so many people struggle with loneliness. And sometimes even when you're like around a family member or like a big group of people, you can still feel lonely if you're not like connecting with people in the way you want to connect with people. Sometimes you like don't connect with people in the right way. Or have you ever like been to like a party or like a festival or something, and you thought that you were going to connect with a lot of people, and then you don't end up connecting with people the way you wanted to, and then that can make you feel lonely. And there's a lot of other factors that can contribute to feeling lonely, like obviously if you're going through something, or like I've said, you go to like a party or an event and you don't connect with people. Or sometimes you might take a new class and then you might realise that this class is not for you. Or sometimes you can like take a class and then you cannot like connect with people in that class, and it makes you feel like, oh, I don't want to go anymore. But this is your sign, just don't give up, keep going. And if you do feel lonely, like please, if you're watching this and you feel lonely, you're not the only one who's feeling lonely. I suffer with feeling lonely sometimes, and I think it's just a human thing, like loneliness. I do feel like it does help if you get yourself into like a group or something you can do regularly with like a community. It makes you feel like a bit less lonely and like you're part of something bigger than yourself. Sometimes like being a part of something like bigger than yourself can definitely like help with feeling lonely. And loneliness, it really is a normal thing, to feel lonely, because loads of people do feel it. And it's just a feeling, and some people like are more fortunate than others with, like having a good family, having a good like team to support you, and like things like that, and that just like helps you improve as a person. But also like it's nice to have like some people to go to, like a family member or close friend. Or sometimes even like YouTube videos like this, it's like a way to connect people, which is why I started this channel, because I want to share my thoughts and my experiences to hopefully help others out there, and to lift other people up, and to make other people feel like a bit less lonely and feel more connected. So this is obviously a platform to obviously do that, and it's like connecting people together to help make the world a better place, because the world isn't all sunshine and rainbows. There's good parts and bad parts, and most people in the world are really lovely and positive, but some people aren't as, they may have been like raised in the wrong way or something. Can it make them have like a negative impact on the world? But yeah, loneliness is something that everyone deals with. Like, you're never alone if you're feeling lonely, and there's always like someone to reach out to. If you do feel like lonely or like feeling low in life, because it definitely is like a struggle that everyone will go through. Everyone will feel lonely at one point or another in their life, and it's not like all a bad thing, you know. Sometimes when you do feel lonely, sometimes that's a good time to reflect on yourself as well. Like, why do I feel lonely? You know, like, why do I feel lonely? And if you say that to yourself and you come up with like a conclusion as to why, it might be something you've gone through, or you might have like gone through like something in your life which is like negative impact in you, and then it can make you feel lonely. And the other thing is like, try not to spiral, because sometimes you can like spiral out of control and your thoughts can kind of like not kind of make it all negative. So if you think one bad thought and then it leads to another and then another, and then you can get to the point where like you feel like, oh, I feel lonely because of this, that and the other. But yeah, sometimes when you do feel lonely, it's a good time to like reflect on the reason why you feel lonely and sort of like give yourself motivation and tips on how to get out of that funk. But it is just a feeling at the end of the day, and you shouldn't ever beat yourself up if you do feel lonely. It's just sometimes, you know, it's good to reflect and to like think why you feel that way. And sometimes it's good to like be in your own company and your own presence. Not like, I think like you have to have a balance in life between, you know, your work life, your social life, your romance life, and then obviously making time for your passions and hobbies as well, which is really important. So having like this life-work balance, and then also the balance between spending time with people and then spending alone time. I think alone time is really, really important, because when it comes to alone time, it's a time to reflect, it's a time for yourself, it's a time for you to relax, and it's a time for you to recharge yourself. It's also a time for you to reflect on yourself, you know, reflect on what goals do I want to achieve, am I mentally in a good place right now? If not, are there things I need to improve on? Are there things that I need to work on? Are there things I need to get better at? And then also think about all the good things that you've done and all the good things that you've achieved thus so far in your life, and like, you know, pat yourself on the back, say well done, and praise yourself for it, and make sure to lift yourself up and give yourself positive feedback, and make sure, you know, sometimes you can even like look yourself in the mirror and say good positive affirmations, like, I'm gonna have a good day today, it's gonna be a positive day, before you start your day, and then you can go out and you can be more positive. A lot of the times when you wake up in the morning, like the first things you do, it really impacts your day. So if the first things you do is like scroll on your phone, it's probably not that great. But if you wake up and maybe like do, like, you can pray, and then you can, like, you know, have some breakfast, get ready for the day, maybe say some positive affirmations for the day, maybe listen to your favourite music to like get yourself in a positive spirit for the day, to set yourself up for success. I'm definitely going to do another video on sort of like a morning routine, how to like be more motivated to start your day and things. But yeah, like sometimes you got to have a good balance, and sometimes when you're like around people, that can make you feel lonely if you don't have a good relationship with yourself. And the other thing I want to talk about in this video is having a good relationship with yourself. The relationship with yourself is the most important relationship you'll ever have in your lifetime, because at the end of the day, if you really think about it, the only person you ever have in your lifetime for your whole life is yourself. And you have to really make sure to take care of yourself, your spirit, because I believe we're all spirits in like bodies, and I really do truly believe that you've got to make sure you take care of yourself. like, before you can give love to others, you've got to make sure that you're in a good place to give, because if you're not in a good place to give, then you've got to really go internally and work on yourself as a person before you can give. And that's why I really recommend, you know, having a balance between your social life and your life on your own, meaning like your personal relationship with yourself is really important, and then also making time for people who you admire and who you feel strongly about and who you feel deeply connected to and close to. Definitely make time for those special people in your lifetime. So it's sort of like having that balance, and I think once you have that balance, it can make you feel a bit less lonely. And because I think if you spend all your time on your own, you know, it's not healthy. So I think there's definitely a good balance of spending time alone and then spending time with people, because human connection is really important. And if you're not connecting with people, that can make you feel lonely. So if you don't have like a good social life, or like people you're close to, try like starting a club or joining something to like increase your chances of connecting with the people who you need to connect with. I do feel like sometimes you cross paths with people you're meant to. I definitely believe that. But yeah, so when it comes to loneliness, it's just, I think a thing that will sort of help you overcome loneliness is balance, because if you spend too much time with lots of people and not enough time for yourself, you can still feel lonely in that. Even though you're spending a lot of time with a lot of people, you could still feel lonely in terms of like your personal relationship with yourself. You can still feel lonely. So it's about feeling connected with yourself and feeling like you can do anything, and like believing in yourself as well, because a lot of people think like, oh, I want to do this goal or achieve this thing, and then they think, oh no, I can't because X, Y and Z. But in all honesty, you can. If you really want to achieve something, you can, if you set your mind to it. And manifestation is really important as well. If you want something, I suggest like praying to God, like, I really want this thing, and just making a mood board as well. It really helps as well to do that, to like manifest your goals. And like if you say it over and over again, and if you write down on a piece of paper like all your goals you want to achieve, and then you can look at it every single day and then see, okay, this is where I need to be, how do I get there? And then it's setting like small steps every single day to reach your potential goal. And yeah, don't let fear stop you, because fear is just a feeling, just like loneliness is just a feeling. Try not to let your feelings get you down, because sometimes you feel lonely and then you can spiral and then you can think, oh, no one likes me, and then you can go down that negative route. But it's trying to like stay positive in your thoughts and in your mind and in your body and your spirit, because we are all living the same life. If you really think about it, we all get up, have breakfast, go to work, come home, have dinner, go to bed, and repeat the cycle. So we're really all doing the same thing in life. If you think about it, we're all just humans trying to survive and make a living and do what we love and share things with each other to connect with people. So that's really like what it's all about, really. And we're all in the same boat, we're all on the same earth, we're all doing different things, but if you think about it, really, we're all just human. And, you know, with humans we have emotions, and you shouldn't ever feel guilty if you do feel lonely, but it's sort of like giving you tips to make yourself more balanced and more aligned with who you are, and make yourself feel a bit less lonely, because we're all going to go through stages where we all feel lonely, especially when we go through hard things. I think it's when we go through hard like battleships in life we feel that loneliness. I think it's because we think that no one else is going through it, but in reality, like, there's millions of people who go through the exact same thing as you're going through, but a lot of people don't talk about it, you know, at work or at school or in public environments, because people like to keep it light and friendly, which I definitely think it's not like a general like topic that people normally bring up in like life and stuff. because I think, you know, in the work environment we all need to keep it like quite positive and stuff like that. But obviously everyone does go through negatives, and this video is just to let you know that it's okay to go through negative feelings. Like, feelings are just feelings, negative feelings are negative feelings, positive feelings are positive feelings, and you know, we're all accepting in here. This channel is all for connecting with people, and it's a safe space for people to come when they feel like they need a little boost, and this is what this channel was all made for. So yeah, I really hope you have taken away something from this video. You're never alone when you're feeling lonely, because, you know, at the end of the day, like I've said, we're all human, we all go through the same emotions, but all in different ways, and we all have different like perspectives and opinions, and I think that's what makes the life experience so magical, but also so interesting, because everyone has a different experience, so everyone has a different flavour to what they bring to the table in life. And you know, you are respected, and you are loved, and you are really, everyone has value in this world. Everyone really does have value, so if you're feeling lonely or feeling like down, just know you do have a lot of value to offer this world. And I think that's what you've got to take away for this video. You know, like, everyone has something valuable to offer to the world, everyone. Even if you feel like you don't, or you feel like lost, just follow your intuition. That's my advice, is follow your intuition, and your intuition like already knows like what the right thing to do and what the wrong thing to do is. Trust your gut as well. That's a really important tip to share with you today. Your gut always knows what's right and what's wrong. And yeah, this video, I hope you have enjoyed it. Yeah, so loneliness, it is tough, and it is like a feeling that everyone goes through, but at the end of the day, you've just got to ride it out, and just know that you'll be okay, because you will feel, there'll be times in your life where you will feel really lonely, and then there will be times in your life when you'll feel really happy. And when you're feeling happy, just be grateful that you're feeling happiness, because obviously life goes up and down in waves, and sometimes you'll feel up here, sometimes you'll feel down here. And that's just part of the experience. And if you do feel lonely, it's just part of the human experience. I've given you all these tips in these videos, in this video, to help you overcome loneliness. And I hope this video really helped, and I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoyed watching it. And I think that's it. I think that's all the tips I have for loneliness. So just make sure to reach out to people if you do feel lonely, and make sure to have that life-work balance, and that balance between social and your relationship on your own. Because sometimes if you really work on the relationship by yourself, it really helps overcome loneliness, because it makes you think that even though people are around me to make me happy, if I don't choose to be happy, then I'm never going to be happy. And the other thing is, if you're feeling lonely, if you really work on the relationship with yourself, it makes you think like, you know, like you're sort of the centre of your life, and everyone else is just sort of characters in your story, and those characters can make you feel happy and sad and all these emotions, but at the end of the day, you've got to be your own rock. And if you're your own rock, I think like not always you can be your own rock, because sometimes you go through like mental breakdowns and stuff, and you need like your friends or family to come and comfort you, to make you feel better, because we don't always feel strong 100%. Make sure to always get good sleep and good rest. There's also an eat well as well, which also helps. So yeah, that's my tips for this video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below, and also feel free to check out all my other videos. I've made so many videos on this channel. This is only the beginning, because I have so many more videos to come to this channel. So thank you so much for watching, and if you're feeling lonely, you can rewatch this video. There's probably millions of other videos on YouTube that you can watch that probably covers the topic of loneliness. And if you're really feeling lonely, I'll put like some links down below that you can like check out, and some articles down below on loneliness, if you need a bit more help. And I will see you guys next week for a brand new video. Bye.